Hey guys, welcome to Wishwell Farms. I'm Jason. This year, I plan on taking you guys along with me while I document our entire growing season from start to finish. And today is our very first video on seeding greenhouse tomatoes. You may be asking yourself, why in the world are we seeding tomatoes at the end of December? Well, stick around and I'll share with you the how and why we are starting tomato seeds in the middle of the winter. I'm currently standing in one of our 5 greenhouses, 4 of which are used for growing hydroponic tomatoes, and we will be seeding 7 different times throughout the season, starting today and ending in the middle of May, and this will allow us to have a fresh crop of tomatoes to be harvested throughout the entire season from the end of April all the way through the end of October after frost. Even though this greenhouse is completely devoid of life at the moment, in just 6 or 7 short weeks, the tomatoes that we are seeding today will be brought into this greenhouse where it will be completely transformed into a tropical growing environment full of life.
We start our first seeding of tomatoes in our basement since only a small space is needed. Later plantings will be started in the greenhouse once we have it fired up and heated and more room is needed. We use germination mats to keep the seeds at a constant 80 degrees for around 3 days to get the seeds to germinate properly. The metal greenhouse racks that I'm placing on top of the germination mats are just used to keep the roots from sprawling out of the cubes and onto the mat. This is called air pruning. The temperature of the germination mats are controlled with this thermostat, and it can control up to 4 separate mats. Even though we don't need the grow light until the plants have germinated, we always plug it in to make sure it works and everything's up and running. This is a 1,000-watt sodium bulb, and this is what we use for our grow light until the plants are ready to be moved into the greenhouse.
Today we're only seeding 5 flats. Each flat has 200 dimples in it, and we will drop a seed in each one. This is called rockwool, or sometimes called stone wool, depending on what company you purchase it from, and I'll explain in a little bit what exactly rockwool is. But we're going to take these 5 flats. They're light, they're like foam, they don't weigh anything. We need to saturate these in a tub of water, and then we'll take them indoors and put the seeds in.
Rockwool is made by melting a combination of rock and sand and then spinning the mixture to make fibers, which are formed into different shapes and sizes. The process is very similar to making cotton candy. For the most part, rockwool is a sterile, inert growing media, and it holds moisture really well and allows for good air circulation around the roots.
After dunking these in the water, the weight has increased dramatically. This material really holds moisture well. Probably 15 or 20 times heavier than it was before I dunked it. We do this for 2 reasons. 1, obviously to wet them down so we can germinate the seeds, and 2, if there's any contaminants in the rock wool, give them a good dunk or a flush will remove any of those contaminants and have a pure inert material. I'm going to put some fresh water in the tub and do this one more time just to be on the safe side that there is no contaminants within the rock wool.
After soaking the rock wool, we will bring them into the dining room where it's warm, and this is where we will actually do the seeding. The seeds that we plant are especially designed for growing well in greenhouses and are very expensive, so we are very careful to only place 1 seed in each hole, and doubles will have to be taken out or plucked later on if missed. After close inspection, I take them downstairs into the basement and sprinkle vermiculite over the rockwool cubes. Vermiculite is just a mineral type substance that kind of takes the place of soil since we aren't using soil, and it holds moisture really well and just gives that extra contact with the seed to make sure they don't dry out during the germination process. It also aids in helping the seed to anchor into the rockwool better as it germinates and sprouts. We like to keep the rock wool at 80 degrees for about 3 days or until we can see the seeds sprouting. We put the thermostat probe right at the seed level to assure us that the temperature is kept right where we want it. If it's too cold, germination may be delayed or may not happen at all. And if it's too hot, the seeds can be damaged and will result in a low germination rate or poor plants. Finally, I like to roll out some Reflectix over the top of the flats to help keep them at a constant temperature of 80 degrees.
Well, thanks for tuning in today, guys, to see the seeding process of our first tomato planting of 2019. In the next video, I'll reveal to you the sprouted seedlings that we planted today and also show you the process of moving them into the larger rock wool blocks where they will remain for the next 6 or 7 weeks, growing bigger and stronger until they're ready to be moved into their permanent home in this greenhouse. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.